Good morning, class 7th. Now, today we are going to discuss History chapter 4th, the Mughal Empire. Beta, the Mughal period the Mughal period has a very significant place in the Indian history. The Mughals ruled in India from early 15th century to early 18th century. After that, the power and control of Mughals started declining. The Mughals extended their empire in Afghanistan, Pakistan, India and China. They were not just good warriors but also able administrators. The founder of Mughal Empire in India was Babur, who ruled in India from 1526 to 1530. His full name was Jahiruddin Muhammad Babur. Babur belonged to a principality of Fargana in Central Asia. It was considered that he was a of Timur's descendant of Timur from his father's side and descendant of Genghis Khan from his mother's side. At the age of 12, Babur became the ruler of Fargana after his father's death. His uncle and some of the nobles did not uh, liked him, did not like him as a ruler and always trying to overthrow him. But he conquered Samarkand and was unable to keep it under his control. In 1504, he conquered Kabul. Meanwhile, he struggled a lot from his own nobles and relatives. Thereafter, he attracted about the great wealth of India, and he started invest and he started the invasions against Indian kingdoms in 1519. In 1524, Daulat Khan Lodi, who was the governor of Punjab, invited Babur to help him overthrow Ibrahim Lodi, who was an unpopular Sultan of Delhi. Babur helped him, and within 3 weeks of crossing the Indus River, Babur brought Punjab under his control. After that, he marched towards Delhi and met Ibrahim Lodi in the first battle of Panipat. So, mind it that the first battle of Panipat was fought between Babur and Ibrahim Lodi in 1526. Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi and laid the foundation of Mughal Empire. Babur was a great leader a good general and a brave warrior. He was a great scholar, poet and lover of literature. His autobiography was the Babarnama, which he wrote in Turkish, and Turkey was his mother tongue. It tells us about his life and his feelings about India. It also includes detailed description of the flora and fauna, geography and people of India. He was died in 1530. After him, his son Humayun was being the Mughal emperor, second Mughal emperor of India. He ascended the throne in 1530 after the death of Babur. Humayun divided his inheritance according to the will of his father and equally distributed the provinces among his brothers Kamran, Hindal, and Akshari. The ambitions of his brother Mirza Kamran weakened Humayun's cause against Sher Shah Suri, his most formidable enemy. Humayun was defeated twice by Sher Khan. The first defeat he got at Chausa in 1539 and second one is near Kannauj in 1540. When he was defeated uh, at Kannauj, that was the cost him his throne, and he had to flee to Kabul and then to Persia for a period of 15 years. And like this, the Mughal rule was replaced by Afghan ruler. Humayun's defeat left him without a kingdom and he wandered from place to place for 4 years, and thereafter he was seeking help from the neighboring kingdoms. Finally, found refuge in the court of the Persian emperor. It was with the help of Shah of Persia that Humayun recaptured Kabul and Kandahar in 1555. After that, he consolidated his position in Afghanistan. Thereafter, he returned to India and occupied Delhi and Agra in 1555. Unfortunately, his rule was very short lived and he died due to his injuries on falling from the stairs of his library in 1556. The Humayunama, written by Humayun's sister Gulbadan Begum, provides us with a detailed account of Humayun's life. In next video, I will send you uh, the Sur Empire. Thank you.